Welcome to another edition of All Octaves with me, Val Kleinhans. I am very excited to have one of my favorite singers, April Draven, on the show today. She sings in Down River. I love everything she's been doing lately with the band. We're going to chat about the new single, all that good stuff. April, thank you for being here.
Thank you. That was such a nice introduction.
We try. We try. But no, really, I've been loving what you've been doing. And I was like, oh, this is a woman who has studied her craft, truly. So let's start from the beginning. Where does your love of music begin?
Um, Honestly, both of my parents really liked music. My dad was a drummer growing up,
Ah,
so he was also in a rock band, which, killer.
yep.
And then my little brother, or my older brother, Theo, who is the drummer in my band, he started playing the drums and I started singing just really young. I found all of my parents' old CDs and just,
Nice.
there was like Primus, there was the Cranberries, there was White Zombie, Rush, Dio, like, just all the good things I just had at my fingertips. So it was really fun.
Yeah. You were kind of like blessed in a way. You could just have your choice of like, do I want Les Claypool today or do I want Geddy Lee? But
No, absolutely. It was so cool.
no, I love that. And I know that, what you do with your voice is very important to you, the content of it, what you do with it. How can walk me through what training your voice was like to do what it does? How did that go for you?
Um, it was really hard because I kind of just did it all myself.
Mm,
I'm pretty self-taught. I've never taken vocal lessons or anything. So it's just been um, a lot of research, a lot of practice, listening to my favorite artists and trying to emulate exactly what they're doing with
hmm.
my own voice and just kind of figuring out all these different styles just kind of on my own. So it's kind of hard. It was a long hill, but I feel like I've gotten to a really good place.
Yeah. Did you ever consider like maybe lessons somewhere or that to do more of a deep dive into it? Or are
You
you
know,
happy with what you can do?
Um, I think I maybe would take lessons for more of the theory aspect, but I went to a performing arts school
Mm.
for high school. And there was a vocal class, but every time I would come in and like try and sing stuff, she was just kind of like, I don't know what to do with you. Like you have
What does
this
that
rock
mean?
sound. Like I don't know. I think she was a theater teacher. So
Oh,
and
okay.
so I think I was just so far out of her comfort zone. She was just like, okay, sing your song, good job. And like that was kind of all I got. I learned some good warm-ups, but that was kind of as far as I got in high school with that.
Okay.
I was kind of just on my own, making my own path.
Yeah, so she's all Barbara Streisand over here. You're like, can
Yeah.
we please put some Amy Lee and Lizzie Hill up in this?
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
very much. And
exactly.
and she was like, I do not comprehende. She did
Yeah.
not know.
She's like, cool, keep doing it, but I can't help you.
Well, whatever you've been doing is working. What advice would you give to any other woman that wants to do what you do with your voice?
Um, I mean, just practice as much as you can. Make sure you're hydrated, make sure you're taking
Mhm.
care of yourself because you can really mess your voice up if you're just like going balls to the wall all the time and just like not taking care of your voice.
Right.
Um, yeah, just practicing, but practicing right, I think that's really important. Um, and yeah, I was gonna say something else. I forgot.
No, it's okay. So, what is the right and wrong way to practice? I'm not a vocalist, so I'm kind of curious to learn.
Well, first of all, nothing should ever hurt. So if you're doing
Mm,
something that is hurting or it feels like it's like straining your voice, just stop immediately, take the day off, don't do it anymore. And every time, especially when you're getting into the screamy, gritty, like stuff
right.
like that, like just warm up. Make sure you warm up, do all of the little annoying sounds you're supposed to do. Um, yes, they're annoying, but just do it. And ease yourself into it. Yeah, again, stay hydrated because that's a really important part when you're like using that part of your voice. You
Mhm.
need to stay hydrated or you're not going to have the right sound.
Definitely. And that's this, we're not talking like a drink, we're talking water.
Yes, like so much water. Like I think they say like 9 cups or something a day. I say go to
Yeah.
11. Like
Always
yeah,
turned it up to 11.
always, yeah. That was actually on my vision board for 2023.
Yeah.
I'm like, drink more water, drink all of the water.
What else is on your vision board?
I can show it to you. Let me grab
Yeah,
it.
sure. She's got it in the corner.
I
And
do.
friends, she is also a cat lover because we've seen the appearance of the cats as well.
Yes,
And
you
she,
can
she
see them
had
running
she
around.
I
They're
know
so,
she had to be a cat mom for a second and break them up because they were getting a little too rough.
I
But
have
oh, there's her vision board.
Jimi
Beautiful. So
Hendrix.
we got Jimi Hendrix on here.
Jimmy. This is
Mhm.
Kurt Cobain. You can't really tell, but
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So we got Kurt.
yep.
Cool.
Worry
Worry
less,
less about it.
you
That's good for
know.
everybody. That is good for everybody in
Yeah,
2025.
naked women, gotta have it. That energy.
Okay,
And
wait, what is the
elephant with
naked women for?
eyes.
Elephant with eyes, that's funny. Wait, what is the naked women for? Is that just like body inspo or
It's more of just like a spirituality thing. I do a lot of witchcraft stuff, so to me, it's just
oh,
like
okay.
be free, be yourself.
Okay. That makes sense. I got it.
Hmm.
Well, since it's obvious, you know, you love what you do and you definitely want to emulate other female singers, you look up to them and what they do. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know what are your thoughts on the term female fronted in rock and roll? Are you okay with it? Is it overused? What's your thoughts on it?
I think to a point, it just is like it doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
It's like what's different, and it kind of is it like it's like a separate genre. It's like, oh, you're not like a rock band, you're like a female fronted rock band. And
Yeah,
it's weird because I go back and forth because sometimes I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in a female fronted rock band, like that's cool. And then
right.
other times I'm like, I'm just in a rock band, like what do you mean, like why do you got to put me in so many labels. um so I feel like I don't have a really solid stance. I kind of go back and forth just because I don't know, depending on my mood. um
Yeah.
but yeah, for a second I was like, oh, this is cool, and I feel like now I'm kind of in like a, ugh, I just want to be in a band, I just want to be a normal person.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
no,
want to have to put the label female in front of everything I'm doing.
right. I don't know. It never made a whole lot of sense to me. I always thought that maybe they just threw it in there for marketing purposes. But if I
Yeah.
was in a band, it would probably annoy the shit out of me. I would just be like, why? Why is this the focus? Like, I don't get it. But
Yeah.
maybe it's something that makes you special,
Hmm.
particularly in the world of, you know, hard rock and heavy metal. I mean, there are not a lot of female vocalists that can get that sound, that can get that deep, get that gritty. Not a lot of them can do it. So maybe that's my theory, is that's why it's a special thing. But who knows? So we're neutral on this subject. We don't mind it. It's back and
I
forth.
it's there. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I honestly would like to see it go away at some point, as just being, I'm in a metal band, I'm in a rock band without the whole female thing in front of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see where we are in the future.
Do you think the label helps or hurts Downriver?
You know, I think it helps. I think you're right. I think it does help in the marketing sense. I've made a lot of cool connections because we are female fronted.
Mm.
So, other bands that are also female fronted that are like, what you're doing is really cool, let's do this together. Stuff like that. So I think in marketing it does help. Um, In person though, like at shows and stuff, no, I don't think so.
Oh, really? Well, what goes on there? What goes on in person?
I mean it just depends on who you're talking to. You know, not
Mhm.
everyone you encounter is gonna be the nicest person or the most
Oh, the douches. Okay.
accepting.
The
Yeah.
douches, the ones that are few and far between. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was talking to my guitarist slash boyfriend the other day, like we were at a venue and like
Hmm.
I'm standing there with one of the members of another band we're talking to, and the sound guy starts asking questions that the person I was with didn't know the answer to. And I start answering them, and he's just not even looking at me, just everything
Ooh,
he's saying to the guy next to me, like, just didn't even acknowledge I was there, just completely. Even he heard what I said and responded to him, to the other guy, just like, and he walked away, and I was just like,
what?
are you serious? Like, hello?
Somebody had a Yeah, somebody had a big old bowl of whole grain gluten-free audacity today. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
no, that stuff like that happens not very often, but it does happen every once in a while.
Mm,
It always just kind of, it's hard not to let it bug you, but
yeah.
you know, we just play an awesome show and then have fun.
Right. Well, no, and it's good. I think you alluded to this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like within the community with other female singers, you guys have kind of created your own safe space, your own community. You chat with each other, you bond with each other. And I love hearing that because for many years it was a boys' club. And
Yeah.
now maybe that's changing now. Would you agree with that?
I think in some ways, yeah. I mean, I am friends with a lot of other female rock vocalists and just like other, bands with females in it.
Right.
And it's nice because you can network there, and I feel like I have got a good community of like girls and stuff. But usually when we play shows, usually I am the only girl in the room still. Maybe there'll be one more, but yeah. That's just how it usually is, which is fine.
Yeah, got it. Well, tell me the story of Down River. How did it come to be?
Down River. Well, I had been wanting to start a band with my brother for a really long time, the drummer.
Hmm.
Um, and I just came up with the name Down River from I picked a book from a thrift store and I read it and I really liked it. I was like, this would be a really
Cool.
cool title. So I, just kind of kept the name, and then we tried a few different members, and then we ended up getting Zach from a previous band he had been in with Theo,
Hmm.
who plays guitar for us. And then we got our old bass player at the time. Um, and we just started writing. I mean, really quickly. We started writing a lot of songs. We played a show like 2 months after we formed the band, so we kind of rushed a lot of the songs.
Wow. No,
Um,
but y'all were ready. That's what that tells me. You were like, let's go, let's go.
yeah, and then yeah, we recorded our two singles, and um, yeah, that was like 4 years ago now. So it's been a long time, but I mean, it was really fun. I'd been wanting to start that project for forever, and it was just perfect because Theo is my brother and Zach's my boyfriend, so I live with him.
Yeah.
So we get to just write all the time, and I love that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of love in the room. I love
Mhm.
it. Like
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
amongst all of you. Yeah.
No, we're really a family. It's great.
I read that you're based in Utah, and I've never been to that state. That's one state I've never been to.
Yeah.
Everybody always talks about it being super conservative, super Mormon, blah 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 blah. Was there any challenges to doing a rock band in Utah? Is there any truth to any of those rumors?
Um, yes.
Hmm.
It is a very Mormon religious state. They definitely like their indie pop rock here.
Oh, got it.
So if you're not an indie pop band, it is way harder to like just be more popular in Utah.
Right.
um, so I do feel like we've had to work a little bit harder just because of our genre. Um, but you know, there is, I mean, there are so many, you know, Mormons and stuff, but then you get this cool like counterculture with it, you know, with
Mm,
any
mhm.
extreme. Like you have the extreme religion and then you just have the extreme counterculture. And
Okay.
you're just, it's so badass. Like there's fewer of us, but the community is really fantastic, you know. And whether it's, you know, we're all ex-Mormons or, you know, have never been Mormons, like everyone's
Mhm.
just so accepting and loving and just creative. And I really love the like counterculture community here. I think it's fantastic. And, you know, it part of it does suck because there are certain cities where it's like, it's just harder to play in or we don't like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
So
But
like how does that, do you just know ahead of time like, this area is kind of off limits, this is the elephant graveyard, don't go there, or do they straight up just tell you you're not welcome here?
no, I mean, it's more of a just like a audience thing. Like you can, you're
Okay.
like, okay, this audience isn't as into it, or like they're kind of not moving as much, you know. And then you go like into the Salt Lake area and everyone's just like dancing their asses off and like just having a great time. Um, so there is a huge difference between like certain cities, I would say. Um,
Okay.
and it's kind of sucks, but also it's really cool just because of, you know, the counterculture you get and what a cool community we have.
Yeah, that's the kind of culture I'd rather be a part of. I would rather be not so status quo and not
Yeah.
so prim and proper. So that, I mean, that's probably why I always gravitated toward the genre just as a fan.
Hmm.
Like, not a musician at all. I just love the vibe. I like the energy,
Yeah.
and I like what the genre stands for. And
Yeah.
I always have. I always will. It's in your blood.
Yeah, yeah, no, there's so many cool people in this industry just doing it because they love it, you know, and that's like what keeps you going because it's hard to make money doing this, but
Yeah.
you know, like when your heart's in something and this is just what you want to do forever, like you know, you can't not do it, and so you're just gonna have fun doing what you can.
Got it. What do you think it takes out? What do you think it takes to stand out as a band in a year like 2023?
That's a really tricky question because I feel like it changes so often now with
Mm,
social media and like your presence and what you need to be doing because you just need to be constantly reinventing yourself and finding new ways to do stuff that's been done over and over again. You know, no
right.
one wants to hear something that's already been done. Like you have to have all of your own spins on everything. So that's really important, but that's also really hard. And I think that's where most people struggle and just kind of don't get any further is they're not different enough, you know?
Hmm. So what do you think you and Downriver do to try to like make yourselves stand out?
Um, I mean, we are female fronted, so that does help, especially in Utah,
Mm,
where there that's already a small genre of female fronted like hard rock bands, and then you go to a place where there's just not really any rock bands either.
ah,
So we are pretty niche in Utah. You know, I would like to think that we have a really cool stage presence, and a cool vibe. We just like to have, you know, people dance and rock out at our shows. And you know, they're here along for the ride, you know.
yeah.
They're like a lot of the reason that we do this. Um, so I think that helps a lot. And yeah, I mean, we have a lot of different influences, you know. We like our hard rock and our rock and roll, but you know, I also listen to a lot of pop and metal and indie and just like
Hmm.
everything, you know. So um I think that helps a lot too, is just being really diverse in our music taste. And I think with our newer stuff, that's really what we're diving into a little bit more, is implementing all these other things from other genres we like into what
Hmm.
we're doing. And yeah, I'm really excited for our new stuff because I think it's gonna sound really cool.
Yeah, let's talk about the new stuff. I did check out Gasoline, love it.
Yeah,
What
thank you.
tell me about the single, tell me what we can look forward to.
Yeah, Gasoline is just the first of many. We have so many songs we're doing right now. Like we're trying to pick which ones to do first because we just want to do everything. Um,
Yeah.
so
That's when you know it's good. That's when you know
yeah.
it's good.
So Gasoline actually took a really long time to stop.
Oh, oh, cat mom in session. She has to break up another fight.
Cat moment. I know. Got to be a mom for a second. Yeah, so Gasoline actually took a really long time to record because we did it like a million different ways until we got the sound that we liked. Like I
Mm.
think we started recording it in like probably a year and a half ago. Oh my gosh, don't do that. And sorry.
It's okay. That's why we have editing.
Yeah, so we started it like a year and a half ago and just didn't really like the sound of a lot of things. We re-recorded most of it. We did the vocals so many times. It took so
Mm.
long to do vocals. Like I went through a serious ego death rebirth phoenix moment to like finally get the vocals done. Like
Wow. Yeah.
that was it was brutal, honestly. It was really brutal because recording is something I already don't really like. Um, just because it's hard. You have to, be doing your very best and you have to be really critical on yourself, but not too critical because you want to get it done. Um, so yeah, that song was kind of hard for me. I feel like it definitely but I feel like it made me a better vocalist because of it, and just a better musician, which is good. But I think in the future it won't be that hard. Um, yeah, we've kind of worked our writing process around um, recording now, so recording should go a lot faster. That shouldn't happen anymore.
No, cool.
Yeah.
So when you have those tough moments and you're maybe you're struggling with a vocal that you really want to get down, you want to get it a particular way, what keeps you going? What keeps you trying?
Honestly, I struggled with that and I had to pull some deep passion out of my soul
Mm.
because there was a few moments there where I was just like, I am a shitty musician. Why am I even doing this? Why am I
Oh,
even in
yeah.
this industry? And we all have moments like that and like
Right.
it's really hard to just feel like, so awful about what you're so passionate about. Um but I was talking to this musician, Jimmy Necco of Ours, and he was kind of talking about that because I was asking him about, his recording process and everything. And, he records and re records everything until he gets it perfect. And, was just saying that's what makes you special and that's what makes you good and it's what makes you better and pushing through that is going to make you better than you ever were before, and it's going to get easier every time. So I think that's important to keep in mind is it's hard and it might suck and you might feel awful, but it's going to make you so much better and you're going to create something so cool out of it. So just keep
Yeah.
going.
Dude, that's a big part of why I keep podcasting or creating anything, period, like Instagram shots, whatever. Like I'm like, I always love the end product, and that is what makes it way worth it. I
Mhm.
like I will do it for that every time. So is there any other new music, any fun new things that we should look forward to that we should know about?
Yes, we are. So our next single, I think I can name drop. I'm going to. Our next single is is going to be a song called "Finding It Hard," which is it's heavier. It's grungy. It's faster. It's harder, and I am really excited for it. And then we're also actually going to be re-recording a lot of our old songs. So,
Cool.
because we did our album so soon after we became a band and we did it all of those songs in one day, like one session, like that type of thing. And so we all kind of hate it because it's just a lot of them didn't come out very good. Like we have a few we're gonna, the singles we're gonna keep. But we're gonna just keep the very best songs off those album, re-record them and release them, and they're gonna be so much better. And I'm unbelievably excited for that because I don't think we did those songs justice at all. Like I think our fans are gonna be really happy once
Good.
we record these songs.
Well, we're excited too, and we can't wait to see more. April, thank you
Yeah.
so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the good news that we have to look forward to too.
Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this. This has been awesome.